Here we go, heat number 25. Night 2 is all go. Good dispatch. And it's Tyson Gregg out in front. Blake Walsh moves up on the outside, and also in there is Zach Mitchell in 37, Ashley Moller. Ricky Cornwall has made his way up to 5th place. Angus Hollis is up there in 6th at the moment. Comes underneath of Cornwall as they make their way out of 3 and 4 the first time. It is Tyson Gregg out in front. They're not going overly quickly, but they're going beautifully. Zach Mitchell in 2nd place, Blake Walsh 3rd, Cornwall 4th, Angus Hollis in 5th. Back in 6th place would be Jamie Pumper and Alex Sweeney. Sweeney's gone into 6th place as Angus Hollis comes underneath of Ricky Cornwall. Cornwall fights back. Zach Mitchell trying to get underneath of Tyson Gregg. They're doing 21 second laps. Last night they were into the 17s. It's Tyson Gregg just in front. Zach Mitchell from Broome looks like he's about to take up the running. He does. Gregg back to 2nd place. Back then to Ricky Cornwall, then Angus Hollis. As they move out of 3 and 4, back to Blake Walsh and Alex Sweeney from Queensland. That's the first 6. Tyson Gregg in 2nd place. Ricky Cornwall, the best presented car, goes under Gregg. Following him through is the 16 of Angus Hollis. As they head down the back straight once again, it's Zach Mitchell from Broome out in front. Angus Hollis dives to the inside of Ricky Cornwall. Will Hollis go through the entire weekend undefeated? He's 3 from 3. He's up to 2nd place. Zach Mitchell is a temporary race leader as they go into Pitts Bend once again. Mitchell the outside, but Angus Hollis has hit the front. And Angus Hollis has come from position number 9 to take up the running as they'll come up underneath the scoreboard. There'll be 3 laps to go. And Angus Hollis is on his way to starting on pole position for the national final. Still 3 to go. Mitchell in 2nd place. Ricky Cornwall dives underneath the Mitchell now. Back then to Tyson Gregg. Then in 5th place is Alex Sweeney. Then back to Blake Walsh. Then Dylan Parks, who's come from the back to 7th. He's a long way back though. Then Caitlin Worthy, Jamie Pumper, Tanika Webb and Ashley Moller. They're 2 laps away and they're down into the 20s now. It is Angus Hollis back to Ricky Cornwall, then Zach Mitchell, Tyson Gregg and Alex Sweeney. As they head down the back straight, the battle is for 2nd and 3rd between Cornwall and Mitchell. And then there's a battle now between Sweeney and Tyson Gregg. White flag is out, 1 lap to go in heat 25. And Angus Hollis has not put a foot wrong. Out of turn 2 for the final time. Back then to Ricky Cornwall and Zach Mitchell. Back then to Alex Sweeney, who's moved to 4th. Tyson Gregg, then Blake Walsh. As he comes into the main straight, ladies and gentlemen, how about putting your hands together for Angus Hollis? Here's won 4 from 4 and will start the national final from pole. No one can do any better than that. 2nd place, oh, close. Ricky Cornwall's just got there. Only just.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for his undefeated Angus Hollis. Hey, mate. Hey, you made that look easy.
Yeah, the track's real heavy. It's hard, but yeah, it was good.
Mate, I've just been told that's all your heats undefeated at this point in time. Hey, mate, you're in the cherry seat at the moment.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
Well, we wish you luck for the rest of the weekend, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
Very rare that we say that on night number 2 of a national junior title. All about set to go. Heat 26 of the national junior sedan title is all go. Green lights come on. They head up the main straight the first occasion. 1 car has hit the pit gate. It'll be Shani Pitcher in car number 55. The yellow lights have come on. Green flag hurdle loft. Beautiful breeze blowing at the moment. So move down the main straight, the green lights are on, and Darcy McAuliffe leads them into turn 1 from Shani Pitcher. In there is Peter Katona from Western Australia in 3rd place. Isaac Davies is there in 4th, and Alex Fraser 5th, Jacob Potts 6th. It's like I'm at home calling a West Australian race. There's 4 of them in a line as they move out of turn number 4. Oops, one of them's gone around. The yellow lights are on again. Nate holds up the green flag. We're about to go green again. Heat 26 taking a while to get going. They're away yet again. And for the 3rd time, Darcy McAuliffe leads them down the main straight. Peter Katona from Western Australia moves into 2nd. Isaac Davies has tried to slot through, so too is Jacob Potts and Alex Fraser as they head down the back straight. And also in that lead group is the 97 of Dylan Keane. Connor Donegan's back there as well, and Ben McAuliffe made up a few spots. It's Darcy McAuliffe who leads though. Peter Katona in second place. Going into third is Jacob Potts from Western Australia. Shani Pitcher in fourth position. Isaac Davies in fifth. Back in sixth place is Dylan Keane from Queensland as they move down into turn 3. Past the Tasmanians up there on the bank as they move out of 3 and 4. It's Darcy McAuliffe, Peter Katona and Jacob Potts moving to the extreme outside. Back then is Shani Pitcher in fourth. Now the two West Australians are going to go either side of Darcy McAuliffe. In fact, Potts thinks better of it. They're 3 wide down the back straight. Potts in the middle. On the inside is Peter Katona. So Peter Katona will lead them into the main straight. 2 days ago he slammed into the concrete wall right about there as Potts goes to the lead. Katona in second place. Back in third place McAuliffe. Fourth place now is the 26 car of Jesse Garlick. Shani Pitcher is fifth. Isaac Davies back then to Dylan Keane, Alex Fraser. Further back to Connor Donegan, Ben McAuliffe and Ashley McEwen. They move out of turn 4. Heat 26 is in the hands of Jacob Potts from Western Australia. On the outside is Peter Katona. Fighting back on the inside is the 47 car of Darcy McAuliffe from Victoria. And sneaking up the inside is another Victorian in Jesse Garlick. And they head out of turn 2 and down the back straight. Garlick has moved to second place as they come out of 3 and 4. Katona back to third. Darcy McAuliffe fourth. And the 26 of Jesse Garlick got the inquiry flag. May well have been for running on the grass over there in turn 2. As they head out of turn 2 once again, it's all in the hands of Jacob Potts. He leads from Jesse Garlick. Peter Katona third. Dylan Keane has come from fair way back from position 8 up into fourth place. Back in fifth place is Darcy McAuliffe. On the inside is Shani Pitcher. Back then to Isaac Davies and then Alex Fraser. As they move down the back straight once again, the white flag to come out this time. Out in front is Jacob Potts from Western Australia. He's home and hosed. Back in second place, it's Jesse Garlick. The battle is for third. There's 5 of them separated by 5 car lengths. Peter Katona in third place. Back to Dylan Keane, Darcy McAuliffe and Shani Pitcher. And also Isaac Davies. As they head down the back straight though, the final time. Our race leader is our race winner from Western Australia. Jacob Potts wins Heat 26. Second home is Jesse Garlick. Here come the challengers for third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Peter Katona down low. On the outside, Dylan Keane. A run to the line, almost a photo finish. Peter Katona gets there. Dylan Keane is fourth.
Oh, that's a very interesting thing. He's just made mention they're back 2 spots, passing on the infield. Heat race 26 winner all the way from WA. Make welcome Jacob Potts. I think you brought the family with you, mate. Well done.
Thanks. That's awesome win. That'll be good going into the feature now.
What would Australia 1 mean to you? If you walked out of here this evening with Australia 1, what would it mean to you?
It would mean the world to me, yeah. Just knowing how many people have won it and who's won it and what they've become afterwards, which would be awesome.
Well, go and enjoy it, mate, and we'll see you in the mains.
Thank you very much.
How about it, folks? One more time.
Yes, a few to watch out for here. Set for a dispatch. They come into the main straight. We're back underway. Heat number 27 of the national title. Down into turn number 1. It is Jesse Garlick out in front. Casey Garlick out in front. Second place, the 64 of Jesse Ryan. Here come the challengers. Jackson Lunt has come through, gone on the outside of Courtney Meekins. So they come up now behind, I think that's Ryan Harry. No, Jake Richter it is. Then Ryan Harry in 5th place as they move down past us the first time. 1 down and 7 to go. Out in front, it's 62 Casey Garlick. Back in 2nd place, Jesse Ryan. Back then to Jackson Lunt in 3rd place. And in 4th place is the 99 of Jake Richter. 2 down. 62 Garlick out in front. Lunt making all the running up there in 3rd place. A gap back in 4th position is Jake Richter, then Courtney Meekins goes underneath of Richter, and back then in 6th place would be Ryan Harry. So head out of 3 and 4 once again. Casey Garlick is your race leader. Yellow lights have come on. We've got a car around over on turn number 3. Back underway. Green lights are on. 6 laps to go in heat number 27 of the national title. And out in front, doing beautifully, is Casey Garlick. 2nd place is 64 Jesse Ryan. Here comes Jackson Lunt. 4th place still Jake Richter. So move out of turn 4 into the main straight. Now race leader is Casey Garlick. Ryan and Lunt second and third. Back in fourth place, the 99 of Jake Richter. So Sun pokes its nose out once again. And behind Richter is Courtney Meekins. Those two run side by side out of turn 3 and 4. Down the main straight they come. Garlick in front. Great battle for second and third. Jesse Ryan on the inside. Jackson Lunt the outside. Jackson Lunt is the 9th highest qualifier. And Stephanie Amajuri, the 4th highest qualifier. Better get the skates on. No, she's well back in this one with 3 to go. Out of turn 4 they come. Our leaders in turn 1 and 2. Still Lunt on the outside of Jesse Ryan, as they have been for several laps. Back in 4th place is Jake Richter. Courtney Meekins, then Paige Goldsack wins. Stephanie Amajuri still well back in the field in this one. Lunt now goes to the inside to change things up, moves into second place. Ryan back to third. The 3 wide for 6th, 7th and 8th. Amajuri, Paige Goldsack win and Ryan Harry. Down the main straight, white flag is on display. Casey Garlick leads Jackson Lunt and Jesse Ryan. Those 3 are well clear. Richter 4th, Meekins 5th. Amajuri moves up to 6th. Paige Goldsack win and then Ryan Harry. But he's kept his nose clean and has done a great job. Out in front now, the checkered flag is out. Casey Garlick is first home. Second goes to Jackson Lunt. Third to Ryan Harry. 4th position will go to Jake Richter. Courtney Meekins, then Stephanie Amajuri 6th. 7th is Ryan Harry. Paige Goldsack win is 8th. Blake Fletcher 9th and Callum Crossing rounds out the 10. No time for the race due to the stoppage. The margin was a couple of seconds and the
Hey Casey, that's a good win.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I've got to say, drive it like is that what you've been told in the pit area by Mum and Dad? Drive it like you stole it?
I don't know, sometimes.
Well, you've had a great weekend so far. Who would you like to thank?
Especially Dad and Pa for taking us up here and putting all the work through. BOC Tyres, all my sponsors, Mum and Lee for coming to watch, Jess and all the competitors.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Matt Caldecott third. Corey Amajuri finds himself in 4th place. They're spread out like Brown's cows. If you just walked in, this is not hot laps. This is a heat race. There's your leader through halfway home. He's coming up to lap traffic. The first of those is Reece Meekins. Goes around the outside, the youngest driver in the field. Artie Jonick in 2nd place, not making any impression on our race leader. Matt Caldecott 3rd. The 27 car retires. Sorry, the 77 car retires. Ricky Clark. So move down the main straight. Caldecott in 3rd. Back then to Corey Amajuri, Brody Everett, Thomas Richter, then Nate Truant. That's the order of the field. As they move down into the main straight once again. No change in the order. Atkins still out in front. As he heads out of turn 2, still in second, Artie Jonick. They'll come up to greet the white flag. 1 to go. The margin's been cut to 2.3 seconds, but not going to be able to wheel him in the concluding stages. Jonick still second. Caldicott's still third. Still in fourth is Corey Amajuri. But here comes our winner out of turn 4 for the final time. It's going to be A1, Todd Atkins, first time. And Atkins needed that too, that win, but a good performance. He was 17th on points. He'll definitely make the final now. Jonick second, Matt Caldicott third, then Corey Amajuri fourth. Thomas Richter will be in 5th place. Coming in at long intervals, Brody Everett 6th, then Tamika Pitcher, Nate True.
Ladies and gentlemen, the heat number 28 winner, make welcome your Australian champ, Todd Atkins. Hey, Todd, you're a little bit worn out there, mate.
Yeah, the track's fairly hard to race on. Arms up.
That's it, elbows up, exactly. Mate, how are the nerves going into tonight? I had a bit of a chat to you earlier. How are they feeling? How, big pressure?
Oh, I can't say I'm not nervous, but really, just nervous.
You did realise you had a little Daihatsu and Artie Jonick chasing you.
Yeah, I would have expected that, but yeah, the Mia 5 cars, they just have loads of power. 300 cc's above us. It's just, yeah.
Go and enjoy, mate.
Thank you.
Todd Atkins. Here we go, heat number 29 now about to get underway. Green lights are activated. They are 4 wide. Jacob Jetson, the widest of all. On the inside, Nick Moncrief, and in the middle is Malcolm from Western Australia. As they head out of turn 2, what a race we have already in progress. Nick Moncrief out in front. Jacob Jetson trying to come through on the outside. There is the 33 car of Malcolm. Jake Malcolm, Jetson and Moncrief, the top 3 at the moment. You throw a tea-towel over them. As they move out of turn number 2, Jackson Van Ginneken in 4th place. Back then to the 28 at Caleb Lincoln, and then 108 Blake Webb in 6th. Moncrief is your race leader. Right behind him is Jacob Jetson from Tasmania. They cross the line. There's 0.3 of a second separating the duo. Back to Jake Malcolm in 3rd. Van Ginneken. Underneath the Van Ginneken goes Caleb Lincoln, and Blake Webb looking for a way through as well. Back to George Park as Jacob Jetson has put the Bunsen burner on. He's right up behind Nick Moncrief with 3 down and 5 to go. Nick Moncrief out in front. Down in 2nd place is Jacob Jetson looking for the first Tasmanian victory of the title. Back in 3rd place is Caleb Lincoln. Jake Malcolm 4th. Back to 108 Blake Webb, and then Van Ginneken. Then Zoe Young. George Park is a long way back as they move into the main straight. Nearly levelling up now is Jacob Jetson as they head into turn number 1. Up into Pitts Bend. Moncrief just in front from Queensland. 2nd place is Jacob Jetson. The rest of them are fair way back, but Caleb Lincoln in 3rd place has done the quick lap. The Tasmanians jumping for joy up there in the bend as they come into the main straight. Jetson now looking to the outside of Nick Moncrief. Down into turn 1. 3 laps to go in a very exciting heat number 29. He gives him a little bit of a tap on the back end. Moncrief knows he's there. Down into turn 3 they come once again. There'll be 2 to go this time. Forget about the rest. We've got a tremendous race out in front. Moncrief just ahead of Jetson. Their margin is now 0.2 of a second. Down into Pitts Bend once again. It's Jetson right on the back bumper of Moncrief. 3rd place is Caleb Lincoln, then Blake Webb. Then there's Van Ginneken, and further back to Jake Malcolm. White flag is out, 1 to go. Jetson and Moncrief, nearly both of them hit the fence here in the main straight. Up into turn 1 for the final time. Moncrief has led from the get-go. What has Jacob Jetson got for him? Down the back straight they go the final time. Jetson for the outside, I reckon. Down into turn 3 the final time. Moncrief screws it down. Jetson screws it down tighter. Across the line together, photo finish. Jetson gets That's it. Jetson has won. Jetson has won by 0.015 of a second. Jetson first, Nick Moncrief second, Caleb Lincoln, Black Webb, Van Ginneken, Young, Malcolm and Darcy Giblin's next. Colby Lunt, George Park is second last, and Nikita Ansell. The winning margin is 0.015 of a second. I know what 0.019 looks like. That was 0.015. Jacob Jetson has defeated Nick Moncrief on the line.
Done wrong. Oh, this will be an interesting victory speech. First time we've had a chat to a Tasmanian this weekend. Heat number 29, Jacob Jetson. Hey, mate. That's the closest margin we've had here this weekend, and you've just stolen it.
Oh, mate, I'm stuffed. This weather, to get on in the suit. I mean, yesterday we put the suit in the freezer, and today we just didn't really worry about it. We didn't have much time after tagging the wall twice in the last heat, and you know, thanks to Dad, all the crew, Brendan, Justin, Fred. It was a big trip to come from Tassie. All my family sitting up on the bank. Me wicked Uncle Stephen, I've got to give him a shout out. He was at the workshop with us, at my old man's workshop for 5 hours sticking up the new panels for the Aussie title, and tell you what, he's a legend.
Yes, indeed, mate. I think we've got all of Tasmania sitting up there in turn 3 and 4. Well done, mate.
Thank you, mate. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob
Gardner is 13th, Matty McGee 14th, Cooper Gregg 16th, Timothy Gorski 10th, Sam Gardner 7th and Casey Collins 5th, all in this race leading into this heat number 30. Green lights are activated, they're away and racing, and Gardner leads them down the main straight. Brad Gardner down into turn 1, Matty McGee dives underneath of Jackson. Derek Jai Irving is there as well. Back in 5th place, Darcy Wilson. Cooper Gregg comes underneath. The 17 of Sam Gardner is there. Casey Collins tucked away, still in about 9th place as they head down the main straight. One down at Jackson. Derek from Western Australia, the little green charade, is giving some cheek to Brad Gardner. Gardner by half a car length. Back in 3rd place, Matty McGee, then Jai Irving. Now into 5th place, Cooper Gregg. Gorski comes up into 6th place now as they come out of 3 and 4. Our race leader though is car number 19 of Gardner. Derek in 2nd place, Matty McGee, then Irving, Cooper Gregg. Here comes another one of the cars, Sam Gardner on the outside of Cooper Gregg. Back in 7th is Gorski, then Casey Collins, tucked away still in 8th position at this point in time. The lead 4 cars have skipped away though. Out of turn 4, 5 laps to go, 3 down, 5 to remain, and it's Brad Gardner from Jackson, Derek, Matty McGee. 4th place is Jai Irving, Sam Gardner, then Tim Gorski, Cooper Gregg, Casey Collins. And back then further to Darcy Wilson and Jeremy Gorski, but it's a race in 3. They've dropped off Jai Irving, who's about 6 car lengths behind in 4th place. But Brad Gardner, hasn't dropped off Jackson, Derek or Matty McGee. 4 down and 4 to go. Back to Irving in 4th, the second of the Gardner cars. Sam in 5th place, Gorski 6th, Cooper Gregg, and then back in the next place in Casey Collins, way back in 8th position. So move into the main straight with 3 to go. Brad Gardner continues to lead. Derek in 2nd place. Matty McGee all over the end of Jackson, Derek. Back then to Jai Irving, Sam Gardner. They're starting to spread out somewhat. They'll come up with 2 to run. And Brad Gardner looking like he's going to hold this one to the finish line. 2 to go. Derek still 2nd. McGee in 3rd place. 4th place, the 46 of Jai Irving. 45 of Jai Irving. Then back to Sam Gardner. That's the next car running. And then Tim Gorski. Casey Collins looking to come up under Cooper Gregg. That's for 7th and 8th. White flag has been and gone for our race leader. And Brad Gardner has led from the get-go. He's struck off a few challenges, Jackson, Derek and Matty McGee. And earlier on than that, Jai Irving. Put your hands together for him. Brad Gardner wins heat number 30. Second home, Jackson, Derek, then Matty McGee. Irving 4th, Gardner 5th, that is Sam, then Tim Gorski, Cooper Gregg, Casey Collins. Further back then to Darcy Wilson and Jeremy Gorski. 2:37.162 was the time. 19:368 by Brad Gardner was the quick lap.
Heat number 30 winner pulling up here on the start chute. Heat number 30 winner, Brad Gardner. Hey, Brad, not bad, mate.
Yeah, no, thank you. 2 wins and in an Oz title. It's pretty good. Just keep consistent and I guess hopefully start somewhere in the A, which is pretty good.
Can I ask a silly question? What's Jack been telling in the pit area? Because Jack, he reckons he's an expert. What's he been telling you?
Oh, we've got our Guardians. He's working on Sam's car. Dad's on my car, so he just gives me our secret handshake and then ducks on off to Sam's car.
Oh, so he's got the secret hand in Sam's car this weekend, not helping you?
No, I guess Dad likes to put a bit of effort into my car. I've been going well and Sam's only just back in the seat, so yeah.
Well, go and enjoy it, mate.
Thank you.
Sam Gardner, folks, one of our locals.
Here we go, racing the penultimate heat, and they are 4 wide down into turn number 1. Tyler Barton out in front. The widest of all is that of Luke Malcolm. The yellow car didn't pay off. He hit the fence halfway up the back straight. Second place is the 51 of Jack Tanner. Joel Berkley is in third. Aaron Carswell is in that group as well, I think. Yes, he is. They're 4 wide down the main straight again. Carswell, the widest of all. Tanner's there on Joel Berkley's moved to second. Eric Wallace snuck up the inside, and coming through is Alice Dickinson from Tasmania. He's moved up into 5th place now, looking underneath of Aaron Carswell. Also right there is Lance Crew from the Northern Territory. It's young Tyler Barton out in front though, at 19.622 for him. Joel Berkley, the main danger at the moment, has just done the quick lap of the race. A 19.111. Back to Eric Wallace, Aaron Carswell, Dickinson 5th. On the outside, Lance Carew. So move up into the main straight once again. The inquiry flag is out on somebody. We'll have a look at the number in a moment as they move down past us. And the race is on in earnest. Tyler Barton just in front. It was on the 72 car of Alice Dickinson who got the inquiry flag, as Joel Berkley now looks to the inside of our race leader, Tyler Barton. They'll come up with 4 down and 4 to go. Young Berkley on the inside and the younger Barton on the outside. Joel Berkley hits the front down into turn number 1. Back to Eric Wallace in 3rd place. Aaron Carswell, then Lance Carew. Dickinson 6th. Back in 7th place, it's the 51 of Jack Tanner. Then we've got Mitchell Gregg, Luke Malcolm and Recampton at the tail. So come out at turn 4 into the main straight. Joel Berkley's got 3 to run. Barton, Wallace, Lance Carew moves up underneath of Aaron Carswell. Back in 6th place is Alice Dickinson, then Jack Tanner as they move down the back straight once again. Your race leader though is Joel Berkley out in front. 2nd place is Tyler Barton. Eric Wallace, the late nomination, is doing great things in this national title. He's there in 3rd and probably is going to qualify for the final as they move down into turn 1 and 2 once again. Our race leader is going beautifully. It's Joel Berkley coming up for the white flag. Tyler Barton, Eric Wallace. Back in 4th place, Lance Carew, then Aaron Carswell. Alice Dickinson is 6th. Back in 7th place is Mitchell Gregg. Lance Carew has just done the quick lap of the race. But our race leader, Joel Berkley from Queensland, is on his way to a heat race win here. Checker flag on display. Put your hands together for Joel Berkley from Queensland. He's first home. 2nd goes to Tyler Barton. Eric Wallace is 3rd. Lance Carew does the quick lap of the race right at the end. Alice Dickinson's got up for 5th. Mitchell Gregg is 6th. Aaron Carswell made a mistake.
Waiting for the helmet to come off. What about Queenslanders here this weekend? Heat 31 winner Joel Berkley. Hey Joel, very well done, mate.
Oh, I guess. Need bounce back somehow after the start to the weekend.
Yeah, you certainly did. It was one of those up against the ropes, but that was a good heat win because hopefully that sets you up a bit higher in the field than you were going to be coming into this event.
Yeah, hopefully after that we'll sit in 30 seconds. Hopefully we're towards the front of the B, maybe. I don't think we'll be stuck or locked in the A straight away, so we'll have to come through B no matter what, I reckon. So, see what happens.
A lot of people to thank this weekend, no doubt, getting you here. So, big trip.
Yeah, definitely. Massive thanks to Mum, Dad, Kai Walters for the hand all weekend, Pesca Signs, NPR, Motorsport Promotions, Nampool Transport, Boss Hog Steakhouse, Motorsport True Design Homes, everyone that helps out. Probably missed a ton, but you know who you are.
Well, go and enjoy, mate.
Oh, back to work.
That's what you call it. Joel Berkley, back to work.
The final qualifying heat, heat 32 of 32. Rani Massara on the front row, away and racing. They break formation immediately, and they're 3 and 4 wide, and the two at the back have got the work to do. And the one making the better of the progress at the moment is Jack Cameron, as he moves down the back straight, but he's been balked, and now Jake Havens gets under Jack Cameron as they move out of 3 and 4, but out in front though, it's Rani Massara who's coming back at Glen. The two charades lead down the main straight. Back in third place is the 67 car of Bryce Lack. Fourth place is Lachlan Gwynn. Oscar Tanner is there. Jake Havens is starting to make progress. He's moved up to fifth place, and the other car from the back, Jack Cameron, has been balked a couple of times. He's back there in seventh, so it's Rani Massara out in front in car number 12, and she's doing a good job out in front. Second place is Bryce Lack. On the outside is Mitch Glenn, backed into Lachlan Gwynn in fourth place, and then the 11 car of Jake Havens. So move into the main straight. Rani Massara is your race leader. Second place, the 67 car of Bryce Lack, then Mitch Glenn, then back to Lachlan Gwynn and Jake Havens. Havens now comes underneath of Lachlan Gwynn, that's for fourth. He moves into fourth. He has the quick lap of the race. We're halfway home, 4 down and 4 to go. Rani Massara coming back to the field. Diving to the inside is the 67 of Bryce Lack. Third place is the 18 of Mitch Glenn, and Jake Havens is starting to now come underneath of Glenn. That's for third and fourth now. Lack coming underneath of Rani Massara. 3 laps to go. It's the West Australian leading a Queenslander from a Victorian, and Jake Havens now comes underneath that Victorian, which is Mitch Glenn, and goes into third place. Bryce Lack is now coming underneath of Rani Massara. Massara just holding off Bryce Lack, as while they're fighting for the lead, Jake Havens is closing the gap. Massara's run wide. Underneath comes Lack. Across the line together the pair go, and Jake Havens is closing all the time. Lack on the inside of Rani Massara. They're rubbing panels, green and yellow everywhere, as Jake Havens moves underneath of Rani Massara. Moves into second place. This is from the back of the field, and now Bryce Lack runs wide. The white flag comes out. There's 1 lap to go as Jake Havens hits the front. What a drive this has been from the back to the front. Bryce Lack though comes back on the inside. Bryce Lack back in front. Down the back straight the final time. The 11 car of Jake Havens back in front as they come out of 3 and 4. Put your hands together for Jake Havens from the back of the field. Wins the final qualifier. Second is Bryce Lack, then Rani Massara. Lachlan Gwynn is fourth. Mitch Glenn fifth. Jack Cameron is next, then Oscar Tanner. Way back in the field is going to be Isaac Arnold, just ahead of the 46 of Paige Ellison, and Drew Flatman rounds out the field.
Heat 32 winner all the way from West Australia. Make welcome Jack Havens. Hey Jake, what a drive, mate, from 9 to the front.
Yeah, it's not easy on a track like that. Hard work, but no, it's over the moon to get a result like that heading into finals. Just try to keep our nose clean, and hopefully we're up there at the end of the race.
Mate, it looked like a clean race because you had to fight because of you and, of course, standing alongside Jack. Because you guys, we thought that Jack might have followed you through, but he got held up in traffic. So, great win, mate.
Thanks. Yeah, it's good heading into finals, like I said. Thanks.
I'm sure Mum and Dad be happy.
Yeah, they'll be over the moon. Cheers.
Go and get them, mate.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
18 cars for the C-Main. Exciting race coming up. First 2 qualified, they're away at a perfect start. Rani Massara leads them up the main straight the first time. Jackson Derrick is there on the outside. Alex Fraser, Corey Amajuri and Jake Malcolm, the first 5 as they head down the back straight. And back in 6th place would be Dylan Keane from Queensland. They're running 3 and 4 wide further back, safely through turn 4. 1 lap down and 18 laps to go. And it's a West Australian quartet out in front, making the first 5. Jackson Derrick up behind Rani Massara. Back in 3rd place, Alex Fraser, Corey Amajuri. 5th place is Jake Malcolm. 6th place is Dylan Keane, then back to Colby Lunt. Jai Irving is next as Jackson Derrick now moves to the inside of Rani Massara up in Pitts Bend. 2 down and 17 to go. Alex Fraser still 3rd. Corey Amajuri, then Jake Malcolm. 3 car lengths back then to Dylan Keane. Colby Lunt starting to make some moves. On the inside is Jai Irving, back to Blake Walsh, and then Jesse Ryan, Tyson Gregg, the next one through, and then it would be, looks like Alice Dickinson. But up the main straight, it's still Rani Massara out in front. No stoppages, and we've got 16 to go. Out in front, Rani Massara, and it's a four-way go, and 4 into 2 certainly won't go in 15 laps time. Jackson Derrick comes underneath of Rani Massara. Alex Fraser and Corey Amajuri right there. A few car legs back to Jake Malcolm. Colby Lunt in 6th place in car 75. Back then to Blake Walsh and then Dylan Keane. Jai Irving is next in the top 10 is Jesse Ryan. Out of 3 and 4. The 4 West Australians going hammer and tongs with 14 to go. In the C main, 5 down and 14 remain. It's still Rani Massara just in front. She's opened the gate and Jackson Derrick in the 27 car levels up. Jackson Derrick and Rani Massara side by side out of 3 and 4. Back in 3rd place is Alex Fraser. Right there with them is Corey Amajuri. Colby Lunt is the big danger now. Moved up to 5th place and has tacked on to the first 4. Back in 6th place is Blake Walsh and then Jai Irving as they head down the back straight once again. It's Jackson Derrick now in front. Rani Massara in 2nd place. Looking for a way through is Alex Fraser, and the West Australians have been split up now. Colby Lunt has moved into 4th place. Now moves underneath of Alex Fraser as they head out of turn 2 and down the back straight. 12 laps remain in the C main, which has gone without a stoppage, and all 18 cars are still out on track. Jackson Derrick opens up a gap. Rani Massara still in 2nd place. Colby Lunt 3rd. Fraser back to Amajuri. Blake Walsh is 6th. Back then to Jake Malcolm in 7th. Jai Irving, and then the 64 of Jesse Ryan. Out in front though, it is Jackson Derrick who has split the scene, but the battle for 2nd place, 5 into 1 spot, will not go in 10 laps time. Rani Massara holding 2nd place. 3rd place is Colby Lunt. 4th is Alex Fraser as Massara runs wide and Colby Lunt goes into 2nd place. Fraser is there as well, along with Amajuri, and back then in 6th place is Blake Walsh, as now Rani Massara fights back on the inside of Colby Lunt. This is for the final transfer spot. Fraser is there, so too is Amajuri. Walsh is also there. A great old go for the minor placings. They come up with 8 laps to go. It's a heat race from here, and it's all Jackson Derrick. Every car is still on the lead lap. No one has left the racetrack. Colby Lunt has come from position 7 up to 2nd. Rani Massara is 3rd. Alex Fraser is 4th. Back then to Blake Walsh, Jai Irving, Jesse Ryan, Dylan Keane, then Ellis Dickinson. Jake Malcolm is back in 11th place. Back then to Tyson Gregg, Blake Webb, Darcy Giblin, Ricky Clark, Courtney Meakin, Zoe Young and Jack Tanner. Tanner is about to be passed for the first time by Jackson Derrick. 7 laps remain, it'll be 6.5. Coming up to 6 laps to go in the C main, which has gone without incident. It's Jackson Derrick in the main straight. Colby Lunt is clear in 2nd. No one else will qualify at this race. We've got our first retiree. It's Alice Dickinson with 6 to go. Down the back straight they go though. Jackson Derrick out in front. From Western Australia, 2nd place Colby Lunt. And there's a bit of a gap now before 3rd place. 5 remaining in an incident-free C main. You don't get that very often. Jackson Derrick down the back straight now, eyeing off Zoe Young. That's the next car to be passed. Oh, 183 car goes into 3rd. That's Corey Amajuri. Rani Massara back to 4th. They run wide. Alex Fraser has a chance to come through. 4 laps remain. Oh, Alex Fraser spun here in the front straight. We've gone yellow immediately. So, it was too good to be true. Getting some support from home from Artie Beck as the green lights come on. Jackson Derrick, your race leader. Rani Massara and Corey Amajuri to try and stick with Colby Lunt for a transfer spot, but they've already lost ground. It's a traffic jam for the minor placings. The lead 2 cars have split the scene. Down into turn 3 and 4 they go. There's challengers coming further back. Greg goes into the side of Irving. They're 4 wide. Dylan Keane is there along with also Jake Malcolm, Darcy Giblin, Jesse Ryan. They're every which way but loose. Trouble for the 2 car of Alex Fraser. He's going back through the field. It's only 3 laps to go. Jackson Derrick and Colby Lunt. Unless there's a restart, I would suggest a home and hosed. Rani Massara is 3rd, then Corey Amajuri, but they're a fair distance behind the lead 2 cars. Inquiry flag has come out there. Alex Fraser retires. The inquiry flag was on car number 9 for a pass down there in turn 4. It'll amount to naught though. as our leaders have got 2 to go. Jackson Derrick just in front of Colby Lunt. A long gap back to the 12 of Rani Masara. 183 Corey Amajuri fourth, then Jai Irving. They come out of turn 4 in the C main to get the white flag. Jackson Derrick has led from the get-go. Colby Lunt has made all the running. Rani Masara still third, then Corey Amajuri, Jai Irving. Back then to Dylan Keane in 6th place. Oh, we've got 1-2 in the fence up there. Yellow lights will have to come on. A heavy crash. Dylan Keane is one of those. And the other car is Tyson Gregg. The race isn't over. And we've got a heavy crash up in... There we go. Green flag is in the hand of Nate downstairs. All about set to go. Can Jackson Derrick hold on, or will Rani Masara make a move? She's right there with Colby Lunt and dives to the inside. Does Rani Masara? Doesn't quite get there. Corey Amajuri's coming through as well. So head down the back straight. Amajuri goes underneath of Rani Masara, and Colby Lunt's coming underneath of Jackson Derrick. They're homeward bound here in the C main. Jackson Derrick leads Colby Lunt. Back to Rani Masara, Corey Amajuri, then Jai Irving. They're up into the top turn the final time. Out of turn number 2, Jackson Derrick, Colby Lunt. Oh, we've got trouble further back. One of them's gone and stopped. The checker flag is coming out. The greens have stayed on. And Jackson Derrick and Colby Lunt will go through. Rani Masara third. They're back to Corey Amajuri fourth. Jai Irving fifth. 6th place will go the way of Darcy Giblin, then Blake Walsh, Jesse Ryan, Ricky Clark, Courtney Meekins, and actually the 64 Jesse Ryan's the car that stopped. So it's Derrick, Lunt, Masara, Amajuri, Jai Irving, Jesse Ryan is the car that stopped. So it was in 6th, but the yellows came on.
The main winner, Jackson Derrick. Hey, Jackson, not a bad win, mate.
No, it was pretty good. Had a pretty good battle with Rani at the start, and then found a way through, and it was good.
Mate, the hard work now begins. You're at the tail of the B. We've got to get you up a bit higher in the B main so you can transfer to that all-important A main.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
I know you've got a good fan club up there in turn 1 and 2, because I think everyone from Western Australia is cheering for you, mate.
Yeah, Mum, Dad, I think Dad's up there. Yeah, thanks to everyone for cheering me on.
Go get him in the B.
Thank you.
Jackson Derrick, your C main winner.
The Speedway Sedans Australia National Junior Sedan title B main is all go. And a great start by Eric Wallace and the Berkinator, as he's referred to online, Joel Berkley from Queensland. Nick Moncrief is there as well. So too Dylan Park. One of these charades has run off the track. Back there now into 6th place. It might have been Jesse Garlick, but it's run at a breakneck speed into the main straight, 3 and 4 wide further back. And Blake Flesher making great progress through the field. He's there on the outside of Zach Mitchell as they move out of 1 and 2. Joel Berkley is at the front as they head down the back straight for the 3rd time. Joel Berkley leads this one. There's a Shandangle further back, and they've sorted themselves out for the moment. Jackson Derrick has been sped out the back, but it's Joel Berkley out in front from Eric Wallace. Nick Moncrief is right there with them. So too Dylan Park from Western Australia. The yellow lights have come on. We've got one car that's stranded down here in turn number 4. And it's Alex Sweeney in car number 82. First 4, Bryce Lack, Cooper Gregg, Jesse Garlick, and then Lance Carew. The green lights are back on. The B main back underway. Joel Berkley leads them down into turn number 1. 2nd place is that of Eric Wallace, back to Nick Moncrief. Here he comes. Moncrief looms up on the outside as they move out of turn number 3 and 4. Does the crossover, does Moncrief. Comes up on the inside now of Eric Wallace as they move down the main straight. Wallace is able to hold off the challenge. Back then to Dylan Parks in 4th place. And in 5th place is Bryce Lack, then Cooper Gregg. Then on the outside it's Lance Carew, and on the inside Jesse Garlick has been run at a breakneck speed. They're into the 17-second bracket now. Joel Berkley out in front. Eric Wallace in 2nd place. Right behind him is Nick Moncrief and also Dylan Parks. 2 car lengths back in 5th place is Bryce Lack, then Cooper Gregg. Lance Carew starting to make some moves as they move out of 3 and 4. 15 laps to go in the B main. Out in front it's Queensland's Joel Berkley. From the Queensland 1-4-3 Eric Wallace. It's a Queensland trifecta. Now it's a Queensland quartet because Bryce Lack has gone into 4th place. The first 4 cars are from Queensland in the B main. Back then to Dylan Parks in 5th place, coming underneath And on the outside is Lance Carew. Lance Carew from the Northern Territory goes upstairs on the outside of Cooper Gregg. They head down the back straight. The Birkinator well clear. Joel Berkley out in front as Dylan Parks now fights back underneath of Bryce Lack and also Nick Moncrief. This is for third place now. Moncrief in third. Bryce Lack goes underneath of Moncrief again. Right behind the pair of them is Dylan Parks, and also there is Cooper Gregg and Lance Carew. A great old battle here for third place. Into the main straight, it's Joel Berkley out in front. Second place, 1-4-3 is Eric Wallace, and throw your hands up in the air for third. At the moment it's Moncrief, then back to Bryce Lack and Dylan Park. On the outside comes Cooper Gregg and Lance Carew. Behind the duo is Jesse Garlick and Zach Mitchell. Into the main straight once again, Joel Berkley, Wallace in second, Moncrief, Lack, Parks. Also right there is Lance Carew and Cooper Gregg. And then we've got Zach Mitchell from Western Australia as they head down the back straight once again. The time board shows 10 laps remaining in the B main, and it's Joel Berkley out in front, Wallace, then Moncrief, then this titanic struggle for the final qualifying spot. Fourth place is still that of Bryce Lack. Here comes the move again from Dylan Parks in fifth. On the outside is the 88 car. Lance Carew on the inside, Cooper Gregg and also Mitchell. Great old battle for fourth as they head out of turn two again. Our race leader is Joel Berkley. The inquiry flag getting a workover. Bryce Lack now comes underneath of Nick Moncrief. That's for third place. He goes into third. Moncrief in trouble now. Moncrief fights back as Lack runs wide. And Parks is just looking for a spot as they go into the pits bend again. Moncrief back in third. Now it's Lack back in third. Lack runs wide, hits the fence. Here comes Parks to make it 3 wide. Tremendous racing here in the B main for the final transfer spot. 7 to go. Moncrief back in third. Bryce Lack is there. And Dylan Parks in the little charade is looking for a way through. He might go underneath the Moncrief and Parks. This is for third spot. And trying to find a way through also is Lance Carew. Our leader has got 6 to go. Berkley out in front. And back to Wallace. Look at the battle for third. It's Moncrief, Lack, Parks, and also the 88 of Lance Carew. The yellow lights have come on. No, the reds have come on. We've got a rollover. One of them tips upside down up there in turn number 4. Matt Caldecott has rolled the car up in turn 4. Umbrellas are back down, and we're ready for a 7-lap restart in the B main. Joel Berkley has led almost from the outset. Green lights are back on. They're away and racing in the B main. Eric Wallace, Lack, Moncrief. Here comes the challenge. Dylan Parks has deposed Moncrief, has gone into 4th place as they go up into turn 4. 1 lap down on the restart, 6 to go. Moncrief to fight back, he hasn't been able to. And Lance Carew makes it a row of 3 with Dylan Parks and Moncrief. That's for 4th. Parks in 4th, Moncrief and Carew. And they're right up behind Bryce Lack. I'm almost safe to say that the yellows have come on. I was going to say that Berkley is home and hose as it starts to rain again. Garlick has spun over on turn 3. Here we go with the restart. Set for a start. 6 laps to go. Let's see if we can get this one finished. Joel Berkley has been in front for quite a while. In fact, for half an hour. As they head up, the green lights are on. Wallace in 2nd place, Lack in 3rd, and they can continue where they left off. Dylan Parks in 4th. The 5th place is the 88 car of Lance Carew, as Parks now comes up on the outside of Bryce Lack, and they're going to run wide. Lance Carew's right there along with Nick Moncrief. It's 5 to go. Down the main straight, Joel Berkley out in front from Eric Wallace. Lack in 3rd place. Carew comes underneath now of Parks, and they both run wide. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell comes underneath of Moncrief. They're 4 wide now for 4th. It's going to end in tears in a minute. As we've got 2 cars in the fence on Nick Moncrief and Parks, and another 2. Katona and George Parker in the fence. 4 cars in 2 separate incidents have ended up in the concrete wall with 5 to go. either that or the food at the canteen has gone horrible. There's a definite burning smell. 23 of Dylan Parks has got smoke billowing out the side. Will it last the distance? Panels rubbing on the car. There we go. The right rear, and going into fourth place is the 88 of Lance Carew. Dylan Parks is out. So rotten luck for Dylan Parks. His race is run, and it's Lance Carew's now. He's moved to fourth place. So moving to the main straight, Joel Berkley the leader. Back to Eric Wallace. Third place Bryce Lack, and then Lance Carew is in fourth. Cooper Gregg right behind him. Back in sixth place is Peter Katona as they move down the back straight, 3.5 to go, and it's not over yet. Here comes Cooper Gregg underneath of Lance Carew, and they're both coming underneath of Bryce Lack. Down the main straight, our race leader is still Joel Berkley. He's just done the quick lap of the race. Second place, Eric Wallace. Back in third place, we've got one car in the fence, Peter Katona, another retiree. There's not going to be many finish. Joel Berkley comes up with 2 to go. He's well clear as the Berkinator. Second place is 143, Eric Wallace. Third place is anybody's guess. It's Bryce Lack. Right there is the 88 car of Lance Carew and Cooper Gregg fighting over third, fourth and fifth. Back to Blake Fletcher from Western Australia. The white flag comes out. The B main has 1 lap to go. Joel Berkley is clear. So too Eric Wallace. Bryce Lack and Lance Carew and Cooper Gregg fighting for the last spot. And he's gone very wide, has Bryce Lack. And going into third place is Lance Carew and Cooper Gregg. On the outside is Bryce Lack. Berkley wins. Wallace second. Blanket finish. Oh, dead set photo. Bryce Lack has got it. Bryce Lack has got it by 0.1 of a second. One car has gone up in smoke after the finish. Berkley, Wallace and Carew.
Hey, Joel, that's a berth in the A main, mate. Got to be happy with that.
Oh, got to be happy with it after, well, do what we got to do. Start of the weekend was pretty trash, so bounce back, make the A, so go from there.
Yeah, go from there. Coming from the back of the bus, though, there's a fair few laps. What's the tactic? Can we give it away to the crowd, or are we going to keep it amongst yourselves?
Just get through traffic, try and get through all the cars. Hopefully everyone keeps it clean and doesn't crash much, so yeah, hopefully we'll get through it.
Best of luck, mate. Go get them.
Thank you.
Get me up!
Finalists, ladies and gentlemen, come on, make some noise. Will it be a Victorian? Will it be a West Australian? Will it be a Queenslander? Will it be someone from the Northern Territory? Will it be someone from Tasmania? Or will it be someone from South Australia? We've got one from every state involved. Pace car is off. 25 laps. Angus Hollis, Ricky Cornwall on row 1. Arnie Jonick, Jake Avens, row 2. The biggest race of these kids' lives, about to go green, the national champion Todd Atkins from 10. Stand by, green flag is aloft. It's a perfect dispatch. We're away in the national final. And the first to break formation was Garlick in 26. Around a couple already as they go into the top turn. Ricky Cornwall got the best of the dispatch and they're 3 wide. Jake Avens has gone back to 5th. Garlick's gone underneath. Avens is back to 6th. Atkins is making a move through. There's traffic everywhere. But Angus Hollis is back in front. Cornwall in 2nd place. Jonick 3rd. On the outside, Jackson Lunt. Lunt into 3rd. Jonick back to 4th. Garlick is 5th and back down in 6th is Jake Avens. Brad Gardner 7th. On the outside of Jacob Potts would be Todd Atkins, the national champion, as they come into the main straight. Underneath comes, on the outside is Stephanie Amajuri. In front of Atkins now. Jacob Jetson is there, and along with the 17 of Sam Gardner. 2.5 down, 22.5 to go. What a a spectacle as they come into the main straight. Angus Hollis is the leader. Cornwall in second place. Lunt third. Jonick fourth. Garlick into the side of Jonick. That's for fourth. Back in fifth, sixth place is Avens. Back to Gartner. On the outside is Jacob Potts in eighth place. Atkins is ninth. Jetson runs wide and a couple go underneath, including Casey Collins as they come into the main straight. 21 to go in the national final. Angus Hollis has not been beaten all weekend and continues to lead. Second place Ricky Cornwall. Third place Jackson Lunt. Fourth place is Arnie Jonick. And in fifth place is Casey Garlick. A gap back then to Jake Havens in sixth place. Brad Gardner seventh. Back then to Todd Atkins eighth. Jacob Potts runs wide. Underneath comes the 17 of Sam Gardner. And then we've got Jacob Jetson and Casey Collins. After that we've got Eric Wallace making some progress. Back then to Stephanie Amajiri. Joel Berkley, Matty McGee. Tim Gorski is back there. Bryce Lack, Lance Carew and Jack Cameron. Up the main straight. Cornwall under pressure now from Jackson Lunt. They run side by side in Pitts Bend. Lunt goes around the outside. Into fourth place also is that of Casey Garlick. Arnie Jonick's gone back to fifth. A great battle for second, third, fourth and fifth. But Angus Hollis leads with 18 laps to go. All 20 cars on track. 7 down as they go into turn 1 and 2. It's Hollis from Lunt, from Cornwall. Back in fourth place, Casey Garlick. And then back to Arnie Jonick. Then the main body of the field headed up by Jake Havens. Seventh is Brad Gardner, Todd Atkins, Jacob Potts. Back in 10th is Sam Gardner, Casey Collins as they move out of turn 1 and 2 once again. Hollis's lead is just over a second. Back to Jackson Lunt. Third place is that of the 15 of Ricky Cornwall. The 19 of Brad Gardner now comes underneath of Jake Havens. Goes into sixth place. Havens back to seventh. Potts in eighth. Casey Collins comes underneath two cars. Moves into ninth. Gardner is in 10th place. On the outside is Todd Atkins, the national champion. But the challenge is on now. They come up with 15 laps to go. Angus Hollis's lead is starting to be mowed down. Hollis out in front. Lunt starting to close the gap. Back in third place is Ricky Cornwall. Fourth place is still Casey Garlick and then Arnie Jonick. A marvellous spectacle here as there's a wall of cars up behind the sixth place of Brad Gardner. There's only half a lap between first and last. 14 laps to go. Angus Hollis's lead has been mown down. It's only 4 or 5 car lengths. Back in third place it's Cornwall. Running wide is Casey Garlick. Looking for a way through once again is Arnie Jonick. Back in sixth place, the length of the straight behind is Brad Gardner. 3 car lengths back then to Jake Havens in seventh. Casey Collins is eighth, then back to Jacob Potts. The national champion Todd Atkins is still in 10th place. Back then to Gardner. Berkley is making a big move. He's up to 12th place. Jacob Jetson and then Eric Wallace. But Angus Hollis has got a dozen laps to go. Angus Hollis out in front. Second place is Jackson Lunt. Cornwall, Garlick and Jonick run third, fourth and fifth. Back then to Gardner in sixth place. That's Brad. Jake Havens is seventh. Casey Collins eighth. On the outside is Todd Atkins. On the inside is Jacob Potts. Back then to Sam Gardner and Joel Berkley. The leader through once again. They still haven't caught any lap cars. Jackson Lunt can still see our race leader Angus Hollis, but Hollis has just done a 17.644. Jackson Lunt in second place. Third place is Ricky Cornwall. Casey Garlick is fourth and Arnie Jonick is fifth. 10 laps to go. All 20 cars still on track and we haven't had a stoppage. What a spectacle this is here at Borderline. Down the back straight they go again. Angus Hollis is opening up the gap. Jackson Lunt in second place. Ricky Cornwall still just ahead of Casey Garlick and Arnie Jonick. That's for third, fourth and fifth. Sixth place is Brad Gardner. Jake Havens just ahead of Casey Collins and Todd Atkins. Back then to Jacob Potts as Angus Hollis now comes up on lap traffic. They'll come into the main straight with 8 laps to go in the national final. Out comes the passing flag for the first time and Jack Cameron is about to be passed by Angus Hollis down in turn 1. Gets underneath of Cameron. Here's the battle for the minors. Garlick has gone underneath of Cornwall. Cornwall fights back. Garlick and Cornwall. Cornwall gets offline. Around the outside goes Arnie Jonick. Jonick into fourth place now. Cornwall loses ground. Our race leader though has got 7 laps to go. He's in traffic. He's up behind Stephanie Amajiri. Second place is still Jackson Lunt. Casey Garlick goes in heavy into Pitts Bend. Right behind Casey Casey Garlick is Arnie Jonick. Our leader has 6 laps to go. Hollis up behind Bryce Lack. In between Lack and Corey Amagiri. Hollis gets underneath of Lack up in Pitts Bend. Jackson Lunt in second place. The Chargers on for third and fourth between Casey Garlick and also Arnie Jonick. A gap back to Ricky Cornwell in fifth, and sixth place the 19 of Brad Gardner. 5 to go. All 20 cars still on track, and we've got 5 laps remaining, and there has not been a stoppage, and Angus Hollis is 4.5 laps away from going green to checker and undefeated all weekend. Up the main straight he comes. Lance Carew is about to be passed by Angus Hollis. The second place car is Lunt. Arnie Jonick underneath of Casey Garlick and goes into third. Garlick fights on the outside. Lance Carew's in trouble up against the fence. There may be a stoppage yet as they go down the main straight once again. Oh, there's a spin. There's a spin mid-pack. Joel Berkley has spun. He's right on the curb. Surely a yellow light. 3 to go. The yellows have come on. What a race. 22 laps down. 22 consecutive laps. Joel Berkley's car could be on fire. It is on fire. Jackson Lunt is in second place. He started out as 6. Here we go with the restart. Matt Gambier, 4 to go in the National Junior Sedan Final. They come out at 3 and 4 with 4 laps to go. Hollis leads Lunt. Lunt didn't let Hollis get away. And we've got a grandstand finish coming up, and Arnie Jonick not far behind them as they go up into the top turn. And Lunt goes underneath of Angus Hollis. Lunt and Hollis side by side down the back straight. Hollis on the outside, Jackson Lunt on the inside, into the main straight with 3 to go. Hollis and Lunt, Jonick and Garlick in third and fourth, and now Ricky Cornwell's under pressure as Gardner goes into 5th place. Down the back straight, Angus Hollis leads them underneath the scoreboard, which will tick over to 2 laps to go in the national final. Angus Hollis just ahead of Jackson Lunt. Into Pitts Bend they go. It looks like a Victorian will take it out. It's just a matter of who. Back to Arnie Jonick and Casey Garlick. The white flag to come out next time around. And here comes Jackson Lunt. Comes underneath of Angus Hollis. Hollis and Lunt across the line together with 1 to run in the national final. Down into turn number 1. Jackson Lunt has got Hollis off the curb. Hollis leads down the back straight the final time. Into turn 3. Come on, race fans, where are you? Angus Hollis is going to go through totally undefeated. Angus Hollis is the national champion. Second place is Jackson Lunt. Third place is Arnie Jonick. Then Casey Garlick in 4th. Brad Gardner, Ricky Cornwell. Casey Collins is 7th. Back to Jake Avens, Todd Atkins, Jacob Jetson. Jacob Potts is 11th. And Sam Gardner, Matty McGee, Tim Gorski, Eric Wallace, Stephanie Amagiri and Jack Cameron are your finishers. There is your new national champion. Put your hands together for Angus Hollis, who goes through the entire weekend undefeated. Angus Hollis first as he comes past. Make plenty of noise for Angus Hollis from Victoria. A deserving champion. He went through the entire weekend undefeated. Tremendous performance, a great race, 1 stoppage only on lap 22, resulting in a 4-lap restart. Jackson Lunt, so gallant, got underneath him a couple of times and couldn't get it done. Jonick 3rd and Casey Garlick 4th. Brad Gardner finishes 5th. They are the 5 for the podium in the National Junior Sedan title of 2016-17.
Oh, mate, what a race it was. Hasn't been defeated all weekend. I think there might be some celebrating in that household. Oh, mate, can't go past this. He's about to climb out. Ladies and gentlemen, your new Australian title holder, Angus Hollis. You didn't want that, did you, Lowy? Oh, wait to get the helmet off. Helmet comes off, folks. How about putting your hands together one more time for Angus Hollis? Hey, mate. I hate to tell you this, but you've just won the Australian title, or provisional, of course, but you've just won it, mate.
That's freaking awesome. Yeah, thanks heaps to Dad and the amount of time that he does on the car. Like, this is awesome. Zach and Adam and Pop and Mum and Dylan and Luke and Mordo, thanks mate. Everything you do on the car, it's awesome.
Mate, you've gone through undefeated all weekend. They started on pole. You knew they were going to come from every angle, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't know what was that. I thought they were right behind me the whole time. They probably were, pushed on me back bumper. And then when Jackson come underneath me after that restart, I thought, oh shit, you know?
Keep it clean.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but that restart, you probably were, what was going through the mind when the yellows came out? What went through the mind?
I don't know, I held on for 20 laps, another 4 can't hurt it, so yeah.
When you saw Jackson go on the inside, did you thought, oh, here we go, I've got to get the composure back?
Yeah, for sure.
Mate, go and enjoy the win. Your new title holder, mate, now Gambia, put your hands together for Angus Hollis.
Gartner. Congratulations, Brad, on 5th place. We'll just make sure that stays on there. Pretty awesome race. Went so long without a stoppage, and you're right in the thick of it.
Yeah, it was a nice race. I got a bit held up, but once I got through, there was no stopping me. I was coming, and then I was catching him, and then
you just need another 15 laps.
Yeah, just that. Yeah.
Awesome to finish on the podium here at home.
Oh, it's awesome. I couldn't thank everybody just enough. Like Dad putting countless hours in the shed, Mum, all my sponsors, PPH&S, Harrold Services, everybody that's come along, family, friends, sponsors, everybody. It's just awesome. Thanks.
There we are in 5th place this weekend. Brad Gartner, stay up here, mate. In 4th place, Casey Garlick. Congratulations, Casey, on 4th place. An awesome effort.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a really good race.
Your little car went pretty quick. You were, like I just said to Brad, right in the thick of the action there for the minor placings.
Yeah, I was really surprised to go that far up, and I was just happy to get into the A.
And now you've finished 4th in the national final. A few people you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank a massive thanks to Dad and Pa for all the work and effort they put in the car, Mum and Lee and Jess, all my sponsors, all the competition, Speedway, Sedan, Australia, and Borderline.
There we are. We've got Casey Garlick there in 4th place. In 3rd place from Queensland, who was also in that awesome battle for the minor placings, Artie Jonick. Well done, Artie. 2nd year in a row on the podium. A pretty quick race. Went 21 laps without a stoppage.
Yeah, it was great fast racing. I can't ask for any better than that out there. Hardly any stoppages, if any.
A few people you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my granddad for getting me out here, getting me out to every race, working on the car, and just getting me out to every race meeting.
There we are in 3rd place, Artie Jonick this weekend. Well, it did come down to a race in 2 in the last couple of laps, and he poked the nose underneath, and we thought we were going to have a side-by-side finish. A runner-up this year is Jackson Lunt. Well done, Jackson. Started out at position number 6. You were in the mix there for a while, and then we had that stoppage with 4 laps to go, and you immediately reminded Angus that you were there, and you levelled up with him. What were your thoughts going into the last few laps?
Yeah, I'm stoked. I was just hoping to make the A main. Started out 6th position. I was just trying to catch Angus in the last couple of laps. Good racing with everyone, and all competitive, and thanks to everyone and all the other competitors, and yeah.
Who people you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Mum and Dad. Big thanks to them. Nan and Pop for coming up. Fermo, Budgie for helping out for the weekend. Just everyone else. Lincoln Side Tipping Systems, GYB Motorsports, IPTA Fiberglassing, Mick Malone Race Engines, JL Lunt, Earth Movings, Auto One Wallen, and yeah, just everyone that helped out. Thank you.
There we are. Here's our runner-up, Jackson Lunt from Victoria. It's very, very rare that someone goes through the whole competition undefeated. It can be done and has been done before, but then to go through the entire event undefeated, winning the A main, it's very, very rare indeed. Well, that's happened tonight, and it's happened in the junior final. Angus Hollis is your national champion. Angus is even dressed for the occasion with a bow tie on. It's a formal occasion up here tonight. Well, you led from start to finish, Angus, but you did have to survive a stoppage with 4 to go.
It was tough.
What were you thinking? Did you think, were you able to see the time clock and how many laps to go?
Yeah, I was looking at it every lap and I was thinking, oh, come on. But yeah, that's awesome.
And the yellow lights come on with 4 to go. I don't think you'd be saying that then.
No, not at all.
What happened when Jackson got underneath you down there in turn 2?
I just thought I'd keep sticking at it, but I thought I was actually going for a minute, but yeah. No, it was a great race.
Dream come true, obviously.
Yeah.
And this is your last year in juniors?
Yeah.
So a good way to go out. A few people you'd like to thank?
Massive thanks to Dad. Everything he's done on the car, my entire junior career, and over the weekend, and Bailey for coming out every day and doing stuff on the car. And Zach Calderwood and Adam Holt, Pop and Pete for running around doing stuff this morning and yesterday morning, and Mum and Luke and Dylan, and yeah, everyone else that's helped out, all my sponsors, Ace Sheet Metal, Yappa, thanks mate. Hayward Ag Sales and Services, Bryant's Forestry and Earth Moving, Westvic, Earth Moving.
Have many more sponsors, you'll need a bigger car.
Yeah, I've run out of room.
Well done. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Our new national champion is Angus Hollis. And as we line them up for the photos, how about putting your hands together for all 5? In 5th, Brad Gartner. 4th, Casey Garlick. 3rd, Artie Jonick. 2nd place to Jackson Lunt. And our winner is that of Angus Hollis.